toothy?
I posted that picture and like I'm like all teeth. I don't know why everybody tells me I'm toothy.
I don't know what...
I've been told I was a good kisser too, but she stabbed this zombie in her head. But she has like perfect hair. Who has perfect hair? I mean, like I know you're friends with Heather. I know you're friends with both Heathers.
Yes.
But Heather, who does like, who fucking looks beautiful in a zombie movie? Like real, for real. Come on.
I don't know.
Tell me the truth.
I don't know. That sounds like a trick question.
Not a trick question. It's like
in the real apocalypse, who would look who?
Whoever made this, and I like the show, but whoever made it just wants girls to look like beautiful. They're wearing perfect. When I just garden at my house,
Yeah.
I got mud all over my jeans. These girls have like beautiful, perfect jeans and perfect hair. It's unrealistic.
Sounds it, yes.
Can you tell me that you believe it or you don't believe it?
I get it. They look too put together.
Yeah. So it's like bologna sauce. It's bologna sauce. So anywho, what do you? Okay, I forgot. I'm like crazy cuckoo brain. What are you watching these days?
Well, nothing's on right now because the last.
You just play games.
Well, I was watching. I've been watching like all the Star Wars shows on Disney, and
Oh, you got cable? I don't have cable.
I have streaming services. Disney is $6 a month.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. This thing is I got a TV. It's like a nice flat screen TV.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about with the Vizio. That's what I have, but I have.
It comes with a couple things. There's a lot of things I would love to watch, but anyway. So you're watching. Wait, say that again. What are you watching?
There's a bunch of Star Wars shows that have been running. I've been watching them.
Okay. So, are you a huge Star Wars fan?
Yes, I've been a Star Wars fan since I was a child.
I never saw Star Wars until I was maybe 13.
Interesting.
And then I remember my sister saw it with a boyfriend back in whenever it first came out. The first one. Well, no, it wasn't the first one because I was 77. I was only 4 years old. But years later I watched it and I fell in love with Han Solo.
Well, that's Harrison Ford, so no one can blame you for that.
Wait, what?
I said that's Harrison Ford, so no one can blame you for that.
I know. He was sexy as fuck. And I wanted to be Leia.
Leia? Yeah.
How crazy is that? What's in my brain? I don't know.
Well, in real life, Carrie Fisher did date Harrison Ford for a little while.
Did she? I didn't realize I know they were in the movie together, but I didn't know they dated each other. Really?
Yeah, because her and Mark Hamill were friends, but they were kind of it's kind of funny because they ended up playing siblings, but they before they even knew they were siblings, they kind of got along like friends more than anything else. She dated Mark Hamill briefly, but then they decided they were better off, they were just better as friends. And then she kind of had a fling with Harrison Ford because he was
That's cuckoo crazy.
You ever watch American Graffiti?
Yes, I've seen that movie.
Apparently, Harrison Ford in real life is a lot like his character in American Graffiti.
Okay, well, I have a problem with lots of. I can't deal with that.
What?
No, well, going back to Mark Hamilton and
No one has stepped foot in this place for over 80 years.
Mark Hamill, yes. He's the guy who played Luke Skywalker.
Yes, I know. And, I wasn't into, like, what do you call it? Like, sci-fi or what. I mean, I did always like those old sci-fi, what were they called? You know.
Movies? Serials? What?
The sci-fi, oh, my brain is not working. The mystery series was sci-fi. It was,
You like the X-Files, I remember that.
What?
You like the X-Files, I remember that.
Oh, I love the X-Files. I love the X-Files. And then I also loved, like, in the 60s, or 50s, it was, that, my brain is dumb. The 50s, and it was a thingy that was on TV.
In the 50s,
60s, science fiction. Come on, you got it. I know you got it.
The Outer Limits, the Twilight Zone, what?
That's exactly Twilight Zone. So, I mean, I love the Twilight Zone and all that shit. I don't know what I was gonna say about that, but there were some spooky episodes.
Well, the Twilight Zone was less sci-fi.
Did you ever like the Twilight Zone?
Yeah, the Twilight Zone was less sci-fi.
Also, you said X-Files. I do love the X-Files, and I was totally in love with what's his face, and I also was in love with her, although I'm not gay, but I wanted to look like her, and I wanted to kiss him.
The Twilight...
Tell me more.
The Twilight Zone was less sci-fi and more like speculative fiction in different ways, because a lot of it wasn't even like science fiction, like the guy who had to give his last pitch to an angel to keep someone else alive.
Well, wait a minute. Are you talking about the newer episodes?
No, I'm talking about the ones in the 60s. The ones in the 60s, there was a lot of
I thought it was sci-fi. I thought it was black and white. It was sci-fi.
Technically it was, but it was less sci-fi than something like The Outer Limits.
Oh, Outer Limits. I used to watch that TV show too. But I like sci-fi. I can't talk. I like
The Twilight Zone.
Anyway.
I'm saying they used to watch the reruns.
Is like disgusting.
I used to watch the reruns of both, and the Twilight Zone was...
That's the Twilight Zone. That's
yes,
what I'm saying.
the Twilight Zone was solid bronze lock. Do I have bronze key?
What did you say? Are you talking to yourself?
Yeah, sorry.
I don't mind if you're talking to yourself. I talk to myself all the time. Wait. So what's wrong with the Twilight Zone?
Nothing's wrong with it. What I'm saying, all I was saying was the Twilight Zone is more like it's science fiction. It's science fiction the same way Shakespeare's The Tempest is.
Okay. Oh.
I think I just knocked down something very heavy and possibly irreplaceable.
Shakespeare.
Yeah, Shakespeare wrote a play called The Tempest. It was about the Greek gods.
I know.
And it's considered...
I'm a reader too, although I'm a very slow reader, but I'm a reader.
It is considered at the time the first sci-fi work, one of the first sci-fi works, because by Shakespeare's time no one believed in the Greek gods, so it was fantasy, which is a subset of sci-fi. So my point was the Twilight Zone was closer to that because it dealt a lot with like the guy keeping the devil in his basement and stuff like that.
Right.
That's what the themes of the show was, less strictly sci-fi than they were like just fantastical, you know?
But wanted to watch it when you came home from.
Oh, I really no. I'm saying I liked the Outer Limits. I liked the Twilight Zone. It was a good show. Rod Serling was a really interesting and progressive guy. He looked at a lot of things in interesting ways, like the one where the black guy has some trauma and thinks he's a Klan leader.
Oh wait, I don't know if I saw that one. Ooh, gross! There's a black guy that was a Klan leader.
Yeah, he gets something happens to him, and his brain just breaks, and he thinks he's a Klan leader.
Ooh.
And he tries to.
That's not, I think I'm gonna have nightmares about that.
Well,
did you ever watch Key and Peele?
I did.
Remember when they did a little skit, and they're black, and the guy's like, "Oh no, I'm thinking of."
You're thinking of Dave Chappelle, where he plays the blind black Klan leader. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a black. You know what I mean? He's a Klan.
Clayton Bigsby. Clayton Bigsby was his name. Yeah, the blind black Klan leader. In the end, he divorced. In the end, they said he divorced his wife for being an N-word lover.
Oh my N-word lover. Okay.
Because she was married to him. You know,
I can never say that word. I can never. You know, I used to love NWA.
Yeah.
And when I loved their song, big famous hit they had, and but the N-word was in the song lyrics. Oh, and also I loved Ice-T. I saw him in concert. I loved him, but
his son was in Cocaine Bear.
At home, I could say the N-word, and not in front of anybody, but like if I heard the song on like the radio, I couldn't say it because I shouldn't say that, right?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good idea not to say that.
You call Whitey, right?
I don't really call anyone anything, but
I'm not making fun of you, but like I couldn't say the N-word. I couldn't. But when I was at home in my room, I was listening to Ice-T. I was like straight up, and I couldn't. I said it in my room, but if I was out in public, I can't do that. I can't do that. Tell me I'm right.
You're fine. You're not supposed to say it. It's the bad word.
I mean, it's a total bad word, but he wrote a song with the name in it. I mean, that lyric, you know? So how am I supposed to sing the song?
I don't know. Motherfucker.
Do you ever say that word?
Not often, but sometimes, I guess.
I'm just curious. I mean, I just am curious, you know?
Yes, I know. Sorry, one of my characters just died.
Whitey, probably everybody thinks I'm a white bitch. I just feel bad. Talk to me.
You're fine. Well, I don't know what you're upset about.
Did you just tell me to shut up?
I said, you're fine. I don't know what you're upset about.
Because, I don't know. I don't want to say things that upset people. And I don't want to upset people at all.
Well, it's a good policy to have.
I want to be happy and I just want to plant flowers. That's all I want to do. Have you ever said something that you think was not right?
Oh, it starts you off here. Probably. I probably when I was younger, yeah.
What do you think you said?
I don't know, like, I was a kid in the 80s. I probably said a lot of things that were offensive.
Oh my god. I don't even, so, half my friends are, gay.
Yeah.
But back in the 80s, when it was unacceptable
Yes.
All my best friends are gay, though. They were artists and they were gay. I don't want to say it. I didn't call them that, but I was talking to like a mean person that I knew, and they were like, faggot. And I was like, no. And then I said faggot, and I'm like, that's not cool. Not cool. So did you ever do that?
Probably. I was a kid in the 80s, and it was a thing you called kids in the 80s.
Well, I'm not trying to push you out on some, stuff, but I'm admitting that I said some terrible things. And, my dad was mean to my mom sometimes. He called her woman. Not that woman is a bad name, but oh, are you laughing or are you coughing?
I was coughing.
Okay. Well, but he called my mom woman when he was mad at her. He was like, woman. And then he would smash some plates. I mean, I grew up with that kind of nastiness. I feel really bad. Anyway, I love all my gay friends. They're my best friends.
I'm glad you love your gay friends.
But I can't believe I did use that word, the F word. And I don't like it. Don't like it at all. It was a mistake.
Understandable.
You said what?
I said understandable.
Okay. But you're not telling me anything.
Oh, no, I said I probably called people things that were bad.
I mean, you don't admit anything, but I'm not pulling you out or whatever.
I mean, I grew up in the ghetto town in the 80s, so like faggot, dyke, bitch, slut, all those things were normally to use.
Dyke. Oh, yeah, slut. Oh, slut was a big one. I mean, I used to wear, fishnets and tiny little skirts. And my dad, when I was going to City Gardens, my sister and I, we left the house. We were like, bye, we'll see you later. And my mom was like, okay, bye. And my dad was sitting at the table with her, and he's like, oosh. He's Swedish, He's like, oosh. And I go, Dad, what do you mean? And my mom goes, it's just like when your dad's, when he was your age, only prostitutes dress like that.
Yeah.
And I was just dressed up like a punk, but my dad thought I looked like a prostitute.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that crazy?
That is kind of crazy, yes. It is a crazy thing, yes.
24,
What?
What?
What'd you say?
I said he was born in 1924.
Ah, that'll do it.
That's why he didn't understand a girl wearing fishnets and the skimpy skirt, and I had cat eye makeup. My dad just looked at me like, I think he was 70 years old, and he's like, Bush. He's like, you look like a prostitute. I don't know. Did you ever, well, I know you have your mom, but did you ever have your dad?
Yeah, my dad's still alive.
Oh, good. Okay, that's cool.
He lives in Florida.
Okay. I'm sorry if I forget.
No, it's all right. My parents are divorced. None of them died.
Okay, well, both of my parents are dead.
My parents are significantly younger than yours.
My dad was, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. Go ahead, what?
My parents are significantly younger than yours.
Yeah, totally. My dad was 17 years older than my mom.
Yeah, you told me that.
So when he was was 45, my mom was like 30.
Yeah.
And they got married, and I wasn't born. I'm the second child. My sister is the first, and my brother is the third. But
both of my parents were younger than your mom when they had me.
Wait, say that again?
Both of my parents were younger than your mom when they had me.
Wow. So how old do you think your parents were when they had you?
My mom was 26 and my dad was 20. My mom was 26 and my dad was 25.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's cool. I mean, I'm totally down with that.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom was 28 when she married my dad, and he was like 45.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, so my parents were significantly younger than yours. That's why they're still alive.
Right. Well, you never know what happens to. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Not a problem. I'm just saying, like, it's like my mom's put me in charge of her stuff now.
So how old is she now?
She's 70 now.
Oh, that's young. That's
Or 72 now. Yeah, like I said, she was 26 when she had me. I'm 46. So 40, 50, 60. So he's 72 right now. And my dad is 70.
That's not like, I mean, my dad died at 86.
Yeah, so I got another at least decade with my mom. That's why she put me in charge of her stuff now.
Okay, what kind of stuff?
Her husband probably can't deal with, the will and stuff like that, so I have to find all the financial stuff when she dies.
I don't want to even talk about that. Really?
Yeah, she'll be...
Why is she talking about a will?
Because she's 72 years old and all of my grandparents were dead by her age.
I never met my dad's parents. Never met them. My mom never even met them.
Okay.
I only had one set of grandparents.
My grandmother died when I was... My father's mother died when I was about...
What the hell is happening? Oh, God.
I don't even know, like, I was in my 20s. My dad's dad died when he was 3, right?
Shit.
Oh, well, yeah, sometimes they die young. Oh, I hate that.
So my dad grew up with just my grandmother, but my grandmother...
The same room. What's happening?
But whatchamacallit, what am I thinking of?
I feel really bad. I feel really bad about that.
Well,
I mean, when I grew up, people would say, oh, I have 2 sets of grandparents.
yeah.
I never had 2 sets of grandparents. I only had my mom's grandparents, and they were old as fuck.
Where the hell am I?
And, like I said, I never met my dad's parents. They didn't exist. And,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm just mental.
Diary. Go to the grand.
But go ahead. It's time for you to talk. I'm sorry.
What I was saying was, my grandfather on my mother's side died when I was 10. My grandmother on my mother's side died about a decade ago in the hospital. She had cancer. My mother does not have cancer.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. I got screened for cancer. I don't have it. My mother got screened.
Do you know that? I have cancer.
You told me. How's that going?
It's not going anywhere. I have Barrett's disease.
But I'm saying, like, is it? Never mind. I'm gonna stop asking.
What the hell?
Anyway, I want to hear about your ancestry.
Well, yeah, my grandfather on my mom's side, both parents were alive when I was born, but my grandmother died last. The last grandmother died was my mother's mother. She died of cancer like 10 years ago. My father's mother died...
I mean, I don't want to get all weird, but what kind of cancer?
It was stomach cancer.
Oh, that's what I have esophagus cancer.
Yeah, yes, I remember that.
Anyway, go ahead, I'm sorry.
But the whole thing with her is that, like, the reason why she even died of cancer was she didn't whatchamacallit, she didn't get herself checked out because she thought she had had indigestion.
Dan, wake the fuck up, man.
That's what I think it's the same thing, because I had indigestion, and they told me it's esophagus cancer.
Yeah, that's what happens. A lot of people don't get checked for these things.
It's
Yeah.
related. It's related.
A lot of people won't get their cancer, like their possible cancer checked out because they think it's something minor, and then like my friend Ron died of bowel cancer because he thought he just had a problem with his intestines. Yes.
Oh. Oh my God, this is really making me upset. So am I gonna die really soon?
No, you have Barrett's disease. I don't know how that. I don't know what that does. Like you have to ask the doctor.
It's an esophagus thing.
Yes, I know, but I don't know.
You told me that it's related to stomach, though.
They told you it's related to stomach?
Well, the esophagus is related to the stomach. You know that.
Well, it's part of the digestive system, but it's not cancer-wise. It wouldn't be related to the stomach.
Well, they told me. You know, I had a seizure, right?
Yes.
I had a seizure, and I went to the hospital, and they told me I have esophagus cancer.
Yes.
Did you know I had a seizure?
Yes, you told me. Your sister took away your vodka. You had a seizure. You went to the doctor. You might have had brain damage from your seizure, but you also came back with a diagnosis with Barrett's disease, and you went to rehab. I remember that too.
Oh my God, you know everything. Wow.
Daniel,
Oh, you're
are you
fancy.
all right?
I'm alive.
I mean, I'm not bragging. I don't think it's cool to have cancer. I think it's terrible.
Yeah.
And my cat just ran away from me.
We spent hours looking for the others.
But are you good? Are you okay?
Nothing.
Yeah, I have no hot water this weekend. It sucks.
And fading footprints.
But I told you about that.
For my house.
Deep
I got
down,
hot water.
a part of me already knew.
And my landlord's bugging me about having the cleaning lady clean the back room. It's like she barely cleans the apartment. I'll see if I can do that.
Husha died.
So wait, you really pay for somebody to clean your apartment?
Yeah, I have bad knees and a bad back, so it's hard for me to clean a lot of stuff.
Find a way.
It's also
Well, I'm not dissing you.
Like me.
I just, okay, I forgot that you had a bad back.
Yeah.
It's just like, I mean, my friend was over here and he's like, clean up your place, you know, when I'm able-bodied.
Maybe I would have done the same.
And I didn't realize you had a bad back, so I feel bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
But how many floors do you live up? Are you on the first floor?
I'm subterranean, so it's only like 5 stairs down. 5 steps down. It's not.
You live in a basement?
I got full windows. It's not a full basement. It's like a subterranean. It's like half underground.
Okay, but you know, remember like 2 years ago when there was that huge hurricane?
Yeah.
You don't want to be in a basement and...
I was in a basement during that huge hurricane and the one before that.
But what about Ariadne?
Wait, say what?
I've been in this apartment for like 7 years. I've been through all that weather.
I can't destroy it without knowing.
Because I remember seeing on the news all these people getting flooded and they died and stuff, and that's not funny.
That's if you live closer to the coastline. Yeah, I'm inland a bit.
Won't be